Oh, sorry about that. Just in my microphone. But we are back for some painting. So today I got for me 2 Necron characters. I thought I'd paint some Necrons with the new Necron Codex coming out on Saturday. Excited about that. So I have a Chronomancer and a Royal Warden. So I'm going to do a speed paint on these guys to match my army. But yeah, so I think it'll go pretty quick. So let's get started with that. So we're starting with Runelord Brass, doing a dry brush over black undercoat. And I have some dry brushes. Get those out. So I got some of these Army Painter dry brushes, but I've also found that makeup brushes work pretty well too. But I've used these in the past, but I'm going to try the Army Painter ones and see how those compare. I'm going to start with the big one here. The Masterclass Mighty Dry Brush. I'll start with some Runelord Brass. Gonna get a little bit on the brush. Work it in on the palette. And I'm just gonna get a lot of it off on this paper towel. This one can be a little strong because I mainly start with the overbrush. And this is a recipe I picked up from the YouTube channel Zorpazorp on a Necron speed painting. So this is a method for painting the box art dynasty, the Siracan dynasty, or Caesarican. So that's what I'm painting here with that. Just doing a big overbrush of that Runelord Brass. Similar on the Royal Warden. Oops. Gotta secure your painting handles. Oh my. What am I doing here? There, I think it's secure. Maybe not. I spoke too soon. Oh, you know what it is? I got some gunk on my painting handle. So it doesn't have a... I think I got some super glue in here. So the base isn't catching in there. And I just did something. I broke the tip off my X-Acto knife. Which can be kind of dangerous. Alright, we'll see if that's any better. Anyways, kind of really working this in there. Now, normally with the warriors, I would leave a lot of black in here, but because this is a character, I want to get the detail a little bit better. Just do a little bit more effort than I normally would. Wow, this does not want to stay on here. I got some gunk on the other side too. Pretty good. I think I need to get under here a little bit better, so wash off this brush real quick. I'm going to use this little tiny dry brush just to get in there. Just get some of that on my brush and rub off most of it on the towel. Right. Just trying to get the rib cage kind of bits on this Chronomancer. Some details on the hands. And in here where the big brush couldn't really get in there. Skip. All right. There, it's looking better. So I got some of those bass tones down. I'm gonna wash off my brush. Then I'm gonna move in with a slightly smaller brush. So I started with this big guy. I did some touch-ups with this little one. Now we're gonna move in with this one, and we're gonna layer in some Canoptic alloy, just to do some. This will be a true dry brush, not so much an overbrush like what I just did. Work that into the bristles. All right. Kind of going from top down, just really picking out some of that detail. All around. I'm also going to get some on the metal part on his gun. Gotta carefully do this because he's a little fragile. Kind of coming unglued. I'll have to fix that. I'm leaving a lot of black under there. where I can't reach in the dry brush, so it kind of creates some natural highlights, or shading I should say. The opposite of highlights. And on the Chronomancer, just going top down. Picking out the raised areas with the Canaptic Alloy. I'm gonna wash off that brush. And we're going to move on to the next important metal color. That's going to be Lead Belcher. So we'll start with the Chronomancer. I'm going to paint Lead Belcher all along the spine, skeletal bits, the inner skeleton, and these tendrils coming out of them. I'm just going to use a standard medium layer brush, synthetic, because metallic paints can be kind of harsh on brushes, so just going to add a little bit of water. Start applying that all over. I'm not worrying too much about the getting it everywhere, because the areas where the brush doesn't hit and you can still see the black under there, that's okay because it'll create some shading, and we're going to be shading this all with Nuln Oil anyways. Just real quick speed painting, so this is kind of different than what I do with a lot of other stuff. That's why I like painting Necrons from time to time, because you can knock out a lot of models really quick. Making the view a little bit more exciting. Just gonna get that all painted up silver. Get the Lead Belcher. many metal tentacles. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm just gonna get the skeletal bits, the skeleton underneath the armor panels with the lead belcher as well. So that would be these kind of shafts connected to the head, the back of the head, and this spine. With the right speed paint recipe, Necrons go very fast, and it's just real satisfying to be able to crank out so many models so quickly. And I'll get the bone bits, the joints. Fingers. And then we'll also get some parts on the staff here. I'm just gonna paint the little symbol here midway up, and we'll do this little nub at the bottom, lead belcher as well. And I think we'll leave the top with the Rinlord brass. No, we'll do lead belcher there too. Kind of break up the metals, the colors, so not everything's Rinlord brass. Okay. Now for the Royal Warden. Just clean my brush off, freshen up a bit. Gonna take lead belcher again. Kind of similar story here. Gonna paint all the skeletal underbits. So it's hip bones and the spine goes up the back. These neck muscles, if you want to call them muscles, pistons. That spine, elbow joints, forearms, and the back of the head for sure. Okay. Now with the lead belcher done, gonna let that dry a spell, and let's see here. While that lead belcher dries, I'm gonna go in with Abaddon Black and do some cleanup. Just paint black some areas where I don't want the metal color, such as on the Royal Warden's gun. Just get this nice and clean. Kind of around the handle. There. On the Chronomancer, I'm going to do the same on the staff, just the shaft itself. We'll leave the metal colors everywhere else. There you go. Now, I think we're gonna do the skeleton with, where are you? Black Templar. Give this a good shake. So this is a contrast paint, Black Templar. Gonna do this over the skeleton bits. Make sure that's mixed up real well. Okay, so the Chronomancer, you know, I'm also gonna do it over this sigil here. I think it'll look cool. Black Templar right out of the pot over that metal color. And then down the spine. And then the joints. So that's the elbows, arms, a little bit on the hands. Elbow socket. Okay, and on the Royal Warden, similar spots. Let me just thin this out a little bit with some water so you can see some of the metal underneath a little bit better. love the way that black spine looks. The metal showing underneath. Okay, got it. Oh, I missed the leg. Just like down here. There we go. Alright, we gotta let that one dry. While that dries, I am going to do Null Oil wash over all the robotic tendrils coming out. So I grab my big shade brush for that. My medium shade brush. And find my Null Oil. Here it is. This is a good shake. Apply a heavy coating of Null Oil all over. These coils coming out at the bottom. Coils for legs. If you're tuning in and you're watching this after the fact and you've gotten this far, subscribe to the channel, like this video. I do a live stream every Monday, usually, where I do some painting. Just kind of hang out, chat, ask me questions about the channel, plans, hobby, whatever. Just a guy painting and talking the hobby. Alright, I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. I think I'm going to try something with this guy, actually. I'm going to layer in some purple. I'm going to take my hairdryer. It's a trick to speed up washes and contrast paint. And other things you don't want to sit around and wait for dry. Look at that. All ready to go. So I'm going to take some Druchii Violet, or Druchii Violet, and I'm going to just kind of start about halfway up and pull it up towards the top. This is a character, and I thought maybe I'd make it stand out a little bit. Make it look a little mysterious. Yeah, I like the way that looks. All right, I'm gonna set that shade aside. Next, we're gonna do Cryptek Armor Shade Gloss. Okay, give this one a good shake. This is where we make the Necrons come alive. I'm gonna skip this song. It's pretty intense. Alright. Cryptek Armor Shade Gloss. I'm gonna water this down just a little bit. It's very strong, very potent. And we're gonna put this all over the armor panels. Except for the shoulders, the back shoulders. So I get it all over the chest, forearms, hands. Yeah, we'll do this little power orb here, why not? Yes, you can imagine how quickly you could knock out a squad of 10 warriors. So I think I timed myself, or tracked how long it took, I should say, for painting the Indomitus Necron half. I think painting the entire half took me about 20 hours in total. Just using these speed painting techniques. So I was able to crank them out pretty quick. The Marines, on the other hand, took a lot longer. Just gonna get this Cryptek Armor Shade all up on here, on the headdress. This stuff really likes to pool, so I'm trying to spread it around so it's not pooling funny. Down here on this little staff nubbin. Go, looking good. You know what? I think just need a little bit more. There. Missed the spot. But we got it. Okay. So next, so I got some funny pooling here. I'm gonna try to catch this before it becomes a problem. Just gonna add some water to my brush and just carefully wick it away and move it around. There we go. Good. Alright, so next we're gonna do some details on the head and shoulder pads here, so I'm going to use Basilicon Gray for that. Give this a really good shake. Put this on the shoulder pads. As well as these two things sticking up for now. I might paint those maybe gold later. Haven't decided. Think about it. And we'll get the back of the head with Basilicon Gray. And the back of the Chronomancer's head, the same. These neck muscles. Oh, you know what? I meant to get Cryptic Armor Shade on the head itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. The sides of the face. I'll just go over the whole thing. I'm gonna paint this strip down the center a different color, but that's okay. Just paint over it. Alright, so we have this Royal Warden, and I think yeah, we're gonna paint the, it's got like gold on him, so let's paint that next while we wait for this shade to dry. I'm just gonna do that in Retributor armor. Nice strong gold color. We really start to see the tier of society this Royal Warden is under. He's a noble. He's got the gold, the bling. I'm gonna try to get the inner side of the cape. Might be easier to do off the paint holder. Just so I can work my brush in there ever so carefully. If I was going all out, I would do this as a sub-assembly because on the reverse side of this cloak, it's got a bunch of little energy orbs. It should be kind of cool to paint glowing and like have some like OSL lighting effect. But I'm not going to do that with this guy. I just need to get these models done. They've been sitting on my desk for far too long, just getting bumped to the wayside for favor of other things. So I figured I'd just knock these out real quick tonight and get them all ready for that new Necron Codex coming out, which will be exciting. And I think this will be all the Cryptek characters. So I have the Plasmancer, I have the Psychomancer, let's do the Chronomancer. I think that's all of them. Hello, David Gelfie. Do you do all metallic on the Necrons? Mostly, actually. So for this guy, I'll end up doing some regular non-metallic colors on these special bits, but for the most part, they're all metallic and wash. Yeah, and then some Tesseract glow. But, yeah, the scheme, I don't know if you saw earlier, but this is a scheme I learned from another YouTuber, Zorpazorp. He does a lot of cool terrain crafting and Middle-earth stuff, but he had a Necron painting guide, and it's pretty much just dry brushing metals over black and washes, and it's super fast, and it looks great. And you can crank out a lot of Necrons really quick. Wow, I am sloppy. I made a mistake. Let's clean that up. There we go. Just a little bit of water. Cleans right up. I have seen some non-metallic Necrons that look really cool. Like there's that one dynasty, I forget what it's... Oh, I got paint all over my hands. That one dynasty where it's like a really dark black. It's got like the green edge highlighting everywhere. That one looks really cool. I am a fan of that one. I am going to use Runelord Brass in my palette and just get this metal power coil thing inside the gun. Make sure that's painted. Alright. Cool. My son-in-law has offered me a unit of Necrons to paint, and I was thinking about doing like a ceramic finish on the plates and metallic innards. That would be really cool. I've seen a lot of cool Necron armies that are like all white, which also looks really cool. Which may be kind of hard to paint, but yeah, you can do a lot of really cool stuff with Necrons. Yeah, I like the mixes of the metallics and non-metallics. So, let's see, I'm gonna do Canoptic Alloy again, now that these washes are dry. And I'm gonna get this small dry brush here. And we're gonna go over and do some... pick out some details, just to kind of lighten up the wash a little bit. Just gonna carefully go over these headdress pieces. get some more on my brush. But yeah, Necrons are really cool. They're fun. I like them. Just really trying to get some edge highlights with these. Dry brush here. Lighten up the washes just a little bit. Alright, so it's real subtle, but to get that metallic shining through again over that wash, you really start to see it. Alright, so now that the gold is dry, I'm going to do a wash on the gold. And we're going to use, where are you? Reichland Flesh Shade. So I like to use this one over gold. Just makes it more rich and warm. I do the same for Space Marine gold trim on the Ultramarines. Yeah, look at that. Just instantly makes everything look so much better. It's amazing what washes can do. I'm just gonna go back on his ribs and do another little wash of this Cryptic Armor shade. Just warm that up a little bit. May have gone a little heavy on the Synaptic Alloy dry brush. There we go. That's looking much better. Alright, so next I'm gonna do I'm gonna lighten up this metal on his I don't know what you call them, coils. I've never played Necrons, Blood Angels, and Sisters for me. I think the Necrons have some cool sculpts and girls. Yeah, definitely. Blood Angels are cool. I like the Blood Angels. Also, the Sisters are pretty cool. I have I've been subscribed to that Imperium subscription that's wrapping up where I live, and have everything to make a Sisters combat patrol minus the Rhino. So I might, when I start getting to those, I might pick up a Rhino and then try out the combat patrol for depth of sword tests. They look pretty cool too. I like their models, the whole aesthetic. Alright, so I'm gonna go over these front two headdress thingies. I don't know what you call them. And a little bit on the coils just to brighten them up a little bit. That's all. I'm just going to wash this off. And go back in there with the brush for Iron Breaker and just get the back sides of these. Okay. That purple looks pretty cool, so I think I'm going to incorporate that too onto these guys. I guess I can pick out the details on the face. We can do that with just Corax White. Both the Royal Warden and the Chronomancer will have white accents on their faces. Gotta shake this one real good because it separates super easy. They are kind of like tentacles. Yeah, the Cryptex have some really cool sculpts. I like them a lot. Oof, I might need to get a new Corax White. This one's it's on its last legs. Alright. So I think this guy's whole face is just going to be Corax White. Maybe not this piece below his chin, or his chin, but maybe we'll make that silver. Yeah, we'll make it silver. I think while I'm at it, I'm going to paint the inside of this box, this magical box. We'll just paint that white for now. That colored up real good. Oh man, it's kind of tricky. It'll make painting the panels a lot easier. There we go. And then the Royal Warden, we're just going to do the stripe down his face similarly. Make him look a little different than the rest of the warriors. And then maybe I'll leave it at that. Yeah. I like the atmosphere the two models are giving off with the paints you apply. Oh, thank you. I can't take all the credit. It's very much based off of the box art. But they picked a good scheme for this new Necron refresh that they did. I really like this Zerkan Dynasty look. That like rusted metal kind of falling apart. Yeah, I know. There's quite a bit of lag between the chat. No worries. Alright, so I'm gonna take the Druki Violet again and just very lightly apply it to his metallic headdress piece. Just gonna get some subtle purple toning in there. Yeah, I like that. Alright. I think I'm gonna paint some more on the Chronomancer, these like magical boxes kind of flying around. And we're gonna do those in like a dark bluish green. So, just gonna start with some Incubi Darkness base paint. Oh, them dial-up noises. Fun. Just cover all these box panels. I think the sphere inside the box is going to be like a reddish pink color. That'll be fun. Just gotta be careful not to get the white orb in there that I already painted. Underside of the box. There we go. And these guys floating around his head. Can't forget about those. Yeah. The purples and the kind of greenish blues. A lot of cool tones mixed with like the warm tones of the armor. I think it makes for some really cool looking contrasts. The hint of pinkish reds. Yeah, so for my Necron army, I wanted something that would paint really fast and looks good. And I like the box art style dynasties, so I was really happy when I found this this recipe that just works, and then you can kind of like tweak it to fit your personal preference a little bit, but for the most part it's yeah, try to as quickly as possible replicate the box art for these guys. Nothing against custom schemes though. Custom schemes are awesome. Like my Tyranids, for example, are my own custom Hive Fleet scheme, which I'm very happy about. Just gonna paint this staff here. There we go. All right. Now for the red, pinkish energy coming out the staff and then the orb. I think I'm gonna try Powerboard Crimson Shade on that orb. See how that looks. Maybe layer up something after that. Oh, you know what? That doesn't look half bad. I like it. I may come back and lighten that up a little bit. But mostly, that is good. Alright, so for this little doodad, we're gonna do Screamer Pink. It's a nice reddish pinky color, but not too pink, not too red. It contrasts really nicely with this Incubi darkness. Just gonna get that all painted on this fiery effect. Magical energy, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Alright, so that's pretty dark. I'm going to layer up a little bit. I'm gonna mix some of that white scar with some of that Screamer Pink. Do some layering on the raised areas here. Try to get a little bit inside the box as well. And then I'm going to take even more white scar with a smaller brush, better tipped brush I should say. Lighten it up even more. So it's practically white, just to kind of make this look like it's bright. Yeah, that crimson wash. I usually like to put it over Screamer Pink because it kind of makes the look a little more red. But yeah, doing washes over solid white, you get some interesting effects. Oh yeah, I'm liking the way this is turning out. Try to get a little bit on the inside here. Alright, so now I think I just need to do some edge highlights on the Incubi Darkness. It's a little dark. Let's see here. Maybe Sotek green? Cabalite green, that's what I want. Small layer brush. How to do it. Alright. Steady hand time. Luckily these are boxes and pretty easy to edge highlight. I spent 2 hours painting the other day, edge highlighting power armor. It is such a grind. I love the way it looks, but man. That's what this is reminding me of. Must focus. Brush wet. might have to go back and do another highlight with a lighter color just to kind of sell the effect. Just pick out those corners. Get along the staff here. Easy does it. Kind of hard to see the green highlight on camera, but it's there. Yeah, I think I have to go over with a lighter color. Push that contrast. That is a-okay though. I like to do highlights in two phases anyways. With a chunky highlight that's kind of closer to the base color, and then you do a more drastic color after that. Get a nice transition from the dark to light. It looks really cool. Yeah, the drastic edge highlighting, kind of really building up between a couple colors. Something that really landed in my brain when I was doing the Avatar of Cain masterclass videos on Warhammer Plus, where they go through step by step how to paint it like heavy metal style. So I did that with mine. It took a long time to finish, but I learned a lot of really cool techniques because they kind of explain the whole process step by step. Yeah, and you go and repeat that process with your model. By the end, it looks just like the video, which is really cool. I feel like that instantly made me a better painter. Okay, so now that Capellite green is down, I'm going to take some of this Corax white on my palette and mix it in with the Capellite green. And we're going to get a nice light minty green color. And we're going to do some more edge highlighting. There it is. I'm just going to focus on the corners. Of the cubes. Oh man, these are so easy to highlight. Boxes. Just trying to focus on the sharpest edges. And it makes all the other edge highlights suddenly more visible. Autofocus is going mad. Those highlights. Watch a lot of tutorials and such. I find your style very enjoyable and relaxed. Oh, well, thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, I try to... I'm starting to do this every Monday evening. Oh, it's evening where I am. Yeah, Monday evening, and then we got, like... battle reports and other stuff on the channel, too. But, yeah, I like to do some painting. Oh. Work my way through that backlog, and yeah, if you find this useful, that's great. Thanks for letting me know. I'm not gonna BS you and talk about like I am a master, I know everything, because I don't. I'm just a guy like a lot of us. Learning some tricks, applying them, and sharing what we know. Just kind of explaining what I'm doing, sharing what I've learned. And then of course the trick for edge highlighting. Get your brush in there on the side. Technical snafu. I lost the cooling fan on my camera rig. Let me quickly reinstate that. Fan that hooks on with suction cups and it fell right off, so I'm gonna pop that back on. There we go. Yeah, so he's coming along. I think I just have some little touch-ups here and there, and of course the Necron green power glow in some spots, and I think he'll be pretty much done. Similarly with the Royal Warden, so that gold wash is dried, so I'm gonna set the Chronomancer aside and go back to the Royal Warden. So for gold highlights, it's not over the top. Nice. So for gold highlights, I make Stormhill Silver. Where's my camera? There it is. With Retributor Armor. Usually like a 50-50 mix. So get some of that on there. Mix the gold Retributor Armor in there. So you get kind of like a silvery gold kind of color. And I'm just gonna quickly go down the edges of these on his cape or cloak. I guess it's kind of more of a cloak. I don't know. I struggle with Necron anatomy sometimes. And because this paint scheme is a lot of dry brushing, they're a little messy here and there. It kind of fits the whole aesthetic and it doesn't look out of place. Which is another reason why I like this paint scheme, because it just makes it that much faster. I'm all about playing with painted armies when possible. I don't hold my opponent to that standard, but I hold myself to that standard. It's a great incentive to finish things, so you can play with them on the table. Get some. There we go. And then I think I got a little bit on his chest here. Just pick out those edges. Make the gold shine. Make this Necron logo shine a little bit. There we go. Yeah. I think that looks all right. Wow, I think I might be able to finish these two tonight. This is great. It's we're nearly there. I think excuse me. Oh, I threw my brush in my palette. Nice. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the last highlights and the green power glow. So, back to the green. We got some cables coming out of here and into the gun. We also have this little kind of corrugated hose. Maybe I'll just hit that with a little lead belcher dry brush. There we go. We'll call that done. And then we'll do the hose. Power hoses. Oh. Grab the paint that my camera's resting on. There we go. Warpstone glow. Wow, flesh. Alright. I'm gonna do Wow Flesh. Nice dark green as a base coat. I need to get a vortex mixer. So I don't have to do this. Ooh, working up a sweat. Alright. Wow, flesh. So I'm gonna get this power cable all wow fleshed. Got these cables back here. And then of course I can't forget the cables coming out of his chest. Cables come out of the chest, so I'm gonna grab that with wow flesh very carefully. go. I think the Chronomancer has some... yeah, just add a dash of green in there. Can't really see it very well, but it's in there. Alright, done with the Wa Flesh, and then Warpstone Glow. What's next? Just gonna do a little highlight on the cable. Warpstone Glow, and this big cable pack running to his back. There we go. It's already looking like it's coming alive. Just a little bit on that one coming out of his chest. And same on the Chronomancer. That was really tucked away. And then a cool effect to make it look like it's glowing on the gun. Is to do like an edge highlight around these orbs with this Warpstone Glow. And it's kind of a fuzzy highlight because it's meant to look like object source lighting. So you don't have to be super neat. Just kind of stay in the general area. Go ahead and do the back side of the gun as well. Less neat on the backside because it's the backside. Alright, now I'm going to go over the areas that really need to glow with Corax White. Such as these orbs on the gun. Touch some watered down Corax White in there. If it's nice and watery, it'll flow right in there. But you don't want it too thin. We don't have control over it. Brush is too wet. There is such a thing. And then we just kind of dab these gun orbs with the white. I'm also going to dab his eyes keep that same weight. Along with the Chronomancer's eye. Eyes. Yeah. The Chronomancer, I think before we call him just about done, I'm gonna do some Stormhill Silver and just do a little bit more, maybe a little bit of edge highlighting on some of these pieces on the edge of his headdress. Just to add a little pop of contrast and break up all those metallics a little bit. So, yeah, like right along here. He's a character model after all, so just gonna put a little bit extra effort. Also, I can fix that little mistake I just made, I saw there. Just tell the Chronomancer's winking at them. Yeah. It's a scary day when a Cryptek is winking at you. You don't know what they're thinking. I was gonna make this silver, wasn't I? Forgot to actually come back around and do that. Well, now I can. The silver chin. Look at this back side up. Problem jumping around between two models. I keep forgetting what I was going to do next on the one. But it's efficient because the paint dries in between, but alright. He is just about ready for some green glue. Yeah, good enough. Just get these orbs here, a little touch of white. For the magical glowy effect. All right. Now comes the super fun part, the part that every Necron player loves, every Necron painter loves, the Tesseract glow. And you can see this is really separated, so I gotta shake this for a spell. This stuff is really fun, but kind of dangerous because you can overdo it. Shake. All right. Here comes My favorite part about painting Necrons. Here's my little brush. So I have a little bit delicate control. Let's get that eye. His forehead eye. Alright, so far so good. I didn't get it on his face. I was worried about that. How about that? The old Royal Warden. Get those eyes. Boop. And on the Super Gauss Reaper. This stuff's really runny, so you can just kind of work it in that crevasse of the gun. Oh, I love this part, it's so fun. This is the part where it's like, alright, now that is a Necron, if I ever saw one. Well done, sir. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out when I paint. I'll be back at this next week. I'm just gonna put some texture paint on these and finish these guys up. But I think they are done. Zoom in a little bit. So you see the detail just a little bit better. There we go, we have the Royal Warden on my left and the Chronomancer on my right. I think we can call these guys done. I'm going to base these guys up and put them in the cabinet until that new codex arrives and get them on the table. I will be back next week painting something. I do not know what. I have quite a backlog of stuff, maybe some Space Marines. I got the Leviathan half I'm still working through. But yeah, otherwise feel free to check out other stuff on the channel. We got battle reports and hobby crafting videos. Yeah, anything miniature wargaming. Yes, definitely Necrons. Cool. Well, I think I'm gonna leave us with this. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back next week.